Hi, Principal Krasakowski and Company. This is Erika Muller here, very excited to be back for my second interview. The lesson that you're going to see on this video will be part of a grammar mini lesson that I would teach after I have looked at the students' essays about the house on Mango Street. The House on Mango Street would be our first core book that we would read in the beginning of the school year, and it would focus on oral storytelling and how stories themselves, whether verbally or in print, are important to us as a people, and how they build us confidence and help us get through the hard times in our lives and connect to other people. I think that students from diverse backgrounds would really enjoy this book because it does talk about crossing borders, and Cisneros wrote it with that specifically in mind. Also, this book would be part of an ongoing 9th grade American literature class where students would have the opportunity to interact with several different types of texts, including letters, speeches, graphic novels, and also towards the end of the class, YouTube videos and blogs. Students would have the opportunity to learn where writing has been and where it's going. Where it's been, specifically oral storytelling and short vignettes and stories as seen in the house on Mango Street, and where it's going, blogs, YouTube videos, those sort of things that students will need to learn to critically think about and produce to be successful in the 21st century. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much again for this opportunity. Well, Miss Muller just finished reading all of your House on Mango Street essays, and I have to say that there was a common grammatical error that most of you students made that interfered with my personal understanding of what you guys were trying to tell me in your essays. The error that you all committed was, dum dum dum, the dangler. Okay, students, I want you to tell me what sounds wrong about this sentence. Strolling along Buttonwood Drive, Rubino Academy came into view. Once again, strolling along Buttonwood Drive, Rubino Academy came into view. Miss Muller, it looks like the academy was doing the strolling in that sentence. You are correct, Michael. Nice job. Now, what is a dangling modifier? It is when a word or phrase is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Let's look at this sentence again. Michael said that it sounds like Rubino Academy is actually doing the strolling. Why? Because Rubino Academy is placed closest to this descriptive phrase, strolling along Buttonwood Drive. Now, what do we need to do to make this sentence make more sense, to sound like it makes more sense? Yes, Maria. Nice throw, Miss Muller. What you would need to do in this sentence would be to add a we after the comma. You would actually move Rubino Academy over, because Rubino Academy is not actually performing the action of strolling along Buttonwood Drive. Person would be we. So you would put a we after the comma and move Rubino Academy aside. So it would then read, strolling along Buttonwood Drive, we saw Rubino Academy in our view. Thank you, Maria, for that toss. Nice throw. Michael, I am so sorry that I forgot to throw the ball to you earlier. Totally sorry. Maria, awesome answer to my question of fixing this sentence. Because what you would want to do is move Rubino Academy over a little bit farther in that sentence and put the subject we closer to what's actually describing it. Strolling along Buttonwood Drive. We saw Rubino Academy. Rubino Academy was not doing the strolling. Remember, it was a word that was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the sentence did not make sense. Now, let's take a look at different types of dangling modifiers. And remember, I've been calling them danglers, but they're also called more commonly dangling modifiers. And we talked about a modifier as being something that describes something else. Let's take a look. Okay, students, so some of the most common dangling modifiers happen to be used as adjectives, adverbs, or prepositions. And I know we talked about the three of these earlier in the year, but we're just going to do a quick review, okay? So you know what it looks like and how to recognize it in a sentence. First of all, we said the adjectives describe nouns, right? So some examples would be the happy dog, the funny elephant, okay? All of those words come before a noun like dog or elephant to describe what it is. Often they're hitched or attached to the wrong part of a sentence. Next we have adverbs. Adverbs describe verbs. They add to what a verb is. And so I have an example here is cautiously. Often they end in an ly, and I have that underlined here. You might say cautiously running towards the bathroom. Cautiously running away from the big bird, okay? But it's describing how we're doing the running. We're doing it cautiously, okay? And a lot of times it's attached to the wrong verb as well in a sentence. Also, we have prepositions. Prepositions are usually pretty short words, and they show a position or a direction in a sentence. An example would be at, by, on, in, etc. So these three different parts of grammar, along with an ing ending, such as in strolling ing, are often connected to dangling modifier issues. Okay, students, now that we have identified what dangling modifiers are, we also define them and we use them in sentences, I'm going to put you guys to work for review of what a dangling modifier is and how silly it physically looks in a sentence. So in your assigned groups, I'm going to give you guys a sentence that contains a dangling modifier error. These are actually errors that I lifted directly from the House on Mango Street essays that you guys wrote about Esperanza and her experiences in her neighborhood. And each group is going to get a different type of dangling modifier error. First, you are going to identify what the error is. Secondly, you're going to get together as a group and perform a skit. You're going to make a skit out of the sentence, and the students that see the skit are going to have to try to identify first what the dangling modifier error is, if it's adjective, preposition, adverb, or ing ending, and then they're going to have to try to correct the sentence. Okay, so let's do a quick review again of what the possible errors are going to be. Okay, students, once again, the dangling modifier errors that you may encounter today in your groups might be dangling modifiers in a sentence that have an ing ending, a dangling modifier that is an adverb that describes the wrong verb, a dangling modifier that is an adjective that describes the wrong noun, or a dangling modifier that involves a preposition that is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, class, let's see if we can try to identify the dangling modifier errors in these three sentences. Number one, dumpy and overweight. The vet says our dog needs more exercise. What type of error is being committed here? Anthony.
Adjective.
Adjective, you are correct. Nice job. Dumpy and overweight is an adjective, but here it's describing the vet. It needs to be describing the dog. How about the second sentence? Miraculously, we watched as the surgeon operated with a plastic spoon. Tiffany.
Adverb.
Adverb, you are correct. Nice answer, Tiffany. Miraculously is describing how we watched, but it should be describing how the surgeon operated. And now our last sentence. At the age of 10, my father bought me a puppy. Michael.
Preposition.
Preposition, you are correct. At is the preposition in this sentence. Now, at the age of 10, is that my father or is that me receiving the puppy? Suzanne,
I don't know.
you're not sure? Okay. All right. Tiffany, can you give her a little help? Okay. All right. Right, Tiffany. Very good. Right. It would actually be me that is 10, not my father. So me needs to be closer to the prepositional phrase at the age of 10. All right. Now it's your turn to try to fix some sentences that you guys wrote from House on Mango Street Essays. Okay. This is what you guys are going to be doing as your task today. My expectation is for you in your groups to read the sentence, and then you are going to try to perform it physically and show how it does not make sense to your peers. I'm going to have a couple of students come up and demonstrate how silly this looks for you guys to get an idea of how your skit should look. First of all, the sentence says, weedy and mysterious, Esperanza wanted to run through the monkey garden. Again, weedy and mysterious, Esperanza wanted to run through the monkey garden. I'm going to have some volunteers come up and perform this. We're going to identify what type of error is made, and finally, we're going to correct the sentence. I'm Esperanza, and I'm weedy and I'm mysterious, and I'm running through the monkey garden. Oh my gosh, Jasmine, that was so awesome. I did not know you were such an actress. Nice job. Let's hear it for Jasmine. Woo! And now you're all going to do your skits just the same way. Right, guys? Okay. Well, let's take a look and see what Jasmine did exactly. Okay? Again, we had the sentence, weedy and mysterious, Esperanza wanted to run through the monkey garden. And what Jasmine did was she came in looking all weedy and mysterious and then ran through our friend, the monkey garden over here. But what was really supposed to be weedy and mysterious? Esperanza or the monkey garden over here? Right. The monkey garden. You guys are correct. Okay, so how could we rewrite this sentence to have it make more sense? Well, let's take a look. Here we go. Check this out. Esperanza wanted to run through the weedy and mysterious monkey garden. That makes a lot more sense. Why? Because weedy and mysterious, which is, and I forgot to ask you guys, what is it? Is it an adverb, adjective, or preposition? Adjective? Yes, you guys are correct. Weedy and mysterious describes a noun, therefore it is an adjective. And it is supposed to be describing the monkey garden, not Esperanza. Therefore, we're moving weedy and mysterious closer to the monkey garden in this sentence. Now it's time for you guys to show off your mad skills in Dangling Modifier error correction for Miss Muller. Thanks so much for joining my lesson today. It was great to have you here. This video was made exclusively for Principal Krasakowski and company at Thomas J. Rubino Academy School. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate the opportunity for a second interview. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I want you to remember to take a bite out of grammar before it takes a bite out of you.